But before the video starts, I just want to say that 92.7% of you guys are not subscribed. If you guys want to help me reach my goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers in as quick time as humanly possible, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny, it's completely free, and it helps me out a massive amount. I'm
Hey
trying.
guys, I'm Jojo and welcome back to the channel. First, wanted to say that thank you for all of you guys for the support that I've had recently. I've had some really popular videos sort of explode, so I really appreciate all the likes, the views and comments I've been getting. This is a variety channel though, so expect to see other games being covered on it like CS and stuff, but for now I'm going to try and make some more TF2 videos for you guys. And starting off, we have a scout weapon tier list. I consider myself a scout main. I've put lots of time into playing as scout, so I'd say I'm relatively qualified in making this list. However, this is just my opinion. None of this actually means anything, and if you disagree, that's totally cool. I'm just going to try and justify why I'm going to be ranking certain items in certain places. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and start with basically the least used item of the scout's arsenal, and that's the melee weapon. So starting off, we have stock. I'm putting this in D tier because it's just average. Like, some people use it and you can get use out of it, but overall it's pretty crap. We're then going to go with the Sandman, which is basically stock, but you get less health and you get a ball that slows people down. It's pretty good, it has its usage, but it used to be OP, it got nerfed into the ground. C tier. Next, the Sun on the Stick. I don't know why you would use this, because it basically provokes you to seek out people on fire and to deal with pyros and stuff. And because of that, fire being, in my opinion, Scout's biggest danger, it's just asking for trouble. I would put this at the bottom of D tier. Boston Basher, S tier. It's the best Scout melee weapon. It causes bleed. It's OP. Atomizer, I'm going to put this in A tier because I also do use this in some classes. The third jump is really helpful in certain maps. It's really good. Rap Assassin, also A tier. Again, similar sort of thing as the Atomizer. It has its usage. The low base damage really does suck, and the low crit damage really sucks, but the ball, to allow you to basically do what the Boston Basher does, but from range, is incredibly helpful. Arguably, it's just as good, if not better, than the Boston Basher, but I do not like the whole negative damage aspect to it. Okay, the Candy Cane. I honestly, it's good. It's basically what it does is it lets you, whenever you kill someone, no matter what weapon you have, you gain a small health pack. And as health is the Scout's biggest weakness, it can be really helpful. It doesn't matter what weapon you use of it as well, you just need this in your inventory. So put this perfectly in the middle of the pack at B tier. The Fano War I'm also going to put in B tier. Basically, you hit someone, they get marked for death. And marked for death means you do mini crits to them. The Fano War has a really small damage multiplier, so you're not going to want to keep hitting them with it. That's kind of pointless. The best bet to use with it is hit someone, then switch to your primary and shoot them. And that is how the tier list looks with our melee weapons. Let's get on to our next category. Okay, so next we've got the secondary weapons. Now, the secondary weapons are a lot more used than the melee weapons for the Scout. A lot of the time you're going to run out of ammo and you're going to need to switch to your secondary. So let's get straight into the Bonk D tier. This is terrible. I don't know why you would ever use it. It's really bad. It makes you invulnerable, but you can't do anything. And then knockback is still crazy because you can still get affected by it. So let's say you get caught in a sentry, you just get stuck in midair. It's rubbish. Criticola, I'm going to put this in B tier. This used to be my go-to. Basically, you get for 8 seconds you get mini crits, but you get marked for death. So basically, you get hit for mini crits, but you also deal mini crits. It's insanely powerful if you combo it with the scattergun. Really powerful. So yeah. The Winger. I really like the Winger. I'd put this in A tier. I'd put it above these. I'd also put that there. Yeah, mainly because it's more 15% more damage, which is nice. So it does a little bit more base damage. Also, obviously, it does a little bit more crit damage. 60% smaller clip size does suck. You basically only get about 5 shots of this thing, but jump height is increased by 25% when active, so this is a really good sort of maneuverability weapon. Really good. Okay, the Meat Cleaver. The Flying Guillotine. I used to really like this item, and its crit of 150 is insane. However, I'm not a massive fan of it. it's just not really my go-to thing. As I said, its crit multiplier of 150 is insane, but you don't get any random crits with it. So, yeah, I don't know. Depending on how far you throw it, it reduces the charge as well. It has its usage, C tier. Mad Milk, if I don't put this in S tier, people will probably have a heart attack. Mad Milk is arguably one of the best weapons the Scout has. Any damage done to enemies covered in milk restores 60% of the damage done to the attacking player's health, which is brilliant. Partially nullifies the cloak on enemy spies, extinguishes fire, has 20-second recharge time, which is nice, and 20% decrease in recharge time when you extinguish an allied player. It's just a really, really, really helpful. I don't know. It's basically just a buff weapon. Like, it buffs the living hell out of you. It's really, really good. And you can use it on yourself to extinguish yourself, which is helpful as well. Okay, the pistol I'm going to put in B tier. There's nothing really wrong about the pistol. You have tons of ammo, it shoots well, it does decent damage, it's got random crits. There's nothing, you can't really go wrong with the pistol. And the Pretty Boys pocket pistol. This is the best secondary in the game for me. It has a lot of people are like, oh, why? First of all, you gain 3 health on hit. That doesn't really do much. I mean, it's helpful, but it's not great. You have a little bit less clip size, which you can live with, but the 15% faster firing speed is insane. That basically means you do more damage. It's so good. You shoot 7 rounds a second, which is just flipping crazy. It's awesome. Fantastic weapon. Okay, that leads us on to our final category of weapons, the moment you've all been waiting for, the primaries. Now, I'm going to start off with the scattergun. The scattergun is the Scout's best weapon. I know you Force of Nature mains are going to be like, oh, but the Force of Nature lets you do a jump in the air and knockback and stuff. Yeah, but it's just the scattergun just has pure consistency. You gain lots of shots, crits basically just one-shot anything. I love the scattergun. It is the best. It is one of the best weapons in the entire game, and is easily Scout's best weapon. Scattergun is the final weapon going into S tier. The short stop. I'm going to put this at the top of B tier. The short stop is good when you know how to use it, but it's quite hard to get used to, and it's as I said, it's kind of outclassed by other weapons, but if you know how to use it, it can be very good. The soda popper, I'm going to put in A tier. I really like the soda popper. I personally think it's just a better version of the Force of Nature. Again, Force of Nature mains are going to moan at me for that, but I like the jumps you get off it. It allows fun and interesting plays. I personally just really like the soda popper. Baby's Face Blaster. Now, Baby's Face Blaster is quite good when you, again, like, if you know how to use it. It basically, when you shoot someone, you gain a speed boost. Now, speed is the Scout's best ability, and to effectively go faster can be quite helpful, but in practice, it's not amazing. C tier. The Backscatter, worst weapon the Scout has. Well, not true. Worst primary Scout has. I'm going to have at the top of D tier because it has its very small uses. But overall, I think it sucks. You have to get it. It's basically the back burner, but for Scout. And although as a Scout you can run behind people and get behind quite easily, there's just way better options to use than the Backscatter. So I wouldn't recommend using it. And finally, the Force of Nature I'm going to put at the top of A. Although I prefer the Soda Popper, I do think the Force of Nature overall is a better gun. I think the Soda Popper is more fun to use, and I prefer it to the Force of Nature, and I would consider it better. I think if you ask most people, overall people are going to say the Force of Nature is better. Also, there are times where I just sit and use the Force of Nature for like a week straight, and I love it. So there is that. Anyway, this is the final tier list. So in order, we've got the Scattergun, Pretty Boys Pocket Pistol, I'm gonna put this here, Mad Milk, and then the Boston Basher. Then we have the Force of Nature, Soda Popper, Winger, Atomizer, and the Rap Assassin. In B tier, we have the Shortstop, the Criticola. Yeah, we are. Sorry about that. I was just reorganising everything. Yeah, the Shortstop, the Criticola, the Stock Pistol, Candy Cane, and the Fan-O-War. In C tier, we have the Baby's Face Blaster, the Flying Guillotine, and the Sandman. And in D tier, we have the Backscatter, the Stock Bat, the Son on a Stick, and the Atomizer. So the atomizer, the bonk atomic punch. So yeah, that's my list, everyone. Thanks everyone for watching. I've tried and kept this short and sweet. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Feel free to challenge anything I've said. As I said, this is just my opinion. If you disagree, that's totally cool. I have no problems with that. But this is how I see the scout being as a scout main. If you enjoy this kind of content, leave a like and make sure you leave a comment in the section below. I might get some more tier lists made later. There are other classes that I know quite well, so we might get into that at some point as well. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.